Hey everyone, welcome back to Bad Brains Podcast. This is episode 3. I'm your host Steve. Today we got a super dope guest on the podcast today. It's somebody I've known for 20 plus years, a good homeboy, a good comrade, music producer, all of the above, a father, and we're going to tap in with the homie Antics today. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem.
you having you on.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us. Real quick, before we get into the podcast, if you could hit a like, a subscribe, it'd be highly appreciated. Get us out there in the algorithm, and let's get this shit going. On the last episode, one thing that I forgot to mention is a big thing that I kind of overlooked. Just kind of, since we're still, in the beginning works of trying to work all the kinks and shit out. I shouted out some of the sponsors, but one of the biggest things that I overlooked, I did tag you in the description.
No, it's all good.
As far as, the new music intro and outro. But just to have it on record, my boy here is the one who produced the beat that you hear on the intro and the outro of the podcast. So whatever music you're hearing coming in and out, that's produced by the very talented Antics the Menace.
Appreciate that. Small contribution.
Hell yeah, it's appreciated, man. I wanted to keep everything local. Everything, homegrown and home based. So I was like, hey, please bless me with the beat one time. And my boy took less than, I think I was barely finishing the question when my boy had already sent me
I was like, let's get it.
A folder full of beats. He said, hey, pick the one you want. And hey, we found it. So like I said, the beat and the intro and the outro was blessed by my boy right here. So if you want to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about yourself.
You said it all already. I go by Antics the Menace on the music stuff. Y'all who already know me, my name is Nick. Like he said, we've been down for shit. You said 20 plus years. That's like, what, over half my life already?
Damn! Pretty much,
if you think about it like that, yeah.
It's been a long road, man.
Been riding forever. It is what it is.
When you think about 20 years and like kind of what we were mentioning earlier, you got a 20, almost 19-year-old, 20, a couple kids too. So kind of going back to the music stuff, since I can't even think back on a time when you started, but what was the biggest influence for you to start producing, to make music that really got you like, damn, like this is something I want to get into?
I would have to say, like, okay, well, everyone always says, I grew up loving music, and that was obviously there. I think I've heard a quote that's like, every music producer is just a computer nerd that likes hip hop. So I guess that was me. Everyone knows I used to fix their computers and stuff. Once my brother showed me the program, back then it was still called Fruity Loops. That's where a lot of us started. Once I got a hold of that, I started playing around with it, just making beats here and there, and then ran into a couple local artists who were just showing me their stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I make beats. And I didn't even really know there was a local hip hop scene. I was just eager to get someone rapping over my beats. And
you're like, Bakersfield rappers.
Yeah, I never heard about it before, and then from there it just evolved.
Yeah.
Just developed my sound, I guess.
That's just funny because how you say a nerd who.
That's what I heard, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I remember chilling in your room back in the day and have the desktop gone, and they're just fucking around with all kinds of beats. And it's crazy to think how far technology and everything has come from making the beats on, like really having to stack everything together, whatever the terminology is, to get the beat just right, to what it is now, and how
that shit definitely evolved.
How times has changed. So as far as going back to the music and influences, if you had a pinpoint, who would you say are your most influential producers?
I would have to say, especially being West Coast, my original influences were always going to be like Dr. Dre, Alchemist. Two different styles. Dr. Dre as far as composing original works, even though he did sample. But then you have like Alchemist, who was dope with nothing but samples. He was very heavily based samples, and then just crafting from there. I always give a shout out to like Warren G and DJ Quick. Those were like big influences on my sound, just the way they laid things down. So I would have to say them for sure.
Hell yeah, and it's that kind of speaks into who you are as a producer because you talk about Dr. Dre. When I think of Dr. Dre, obviously it's heavy West Coast,
Yeah.
funk, deep bass, and then you talk on Alchemist in the same sentence, and you got your East Coast, Mobb Deep, Nas, and
Yeah.
two different worlds. But it's just like if you're someone who appreciates music and someone who really loves the craft, and
Yep.
those are two names who definitely make the list. Like.
For me, it was just they're different in styles too. And Alchemist is technically West Coast. That's what's crazy.
It is. He's an LA boy.
Yeah.
Venice, if I'm right.
But you had the thick bass lines and West Coast sound, and then like DJ Premier style, East Coast sounds. There was real boom bap style. I fell in love with that too. And
Hell yeah.
I just wanted to be part of the crew. Wanted to make the same types of beats.
Oh yeah, Alchemist for sure. If you had to do the Mount Rushmore of producers, Mount Rushmore is just like bam.
For me, I mean that can go a lot of ways, especially over time now that there's new producers out there.
Yeah.
Just off the top, I think it would probably be like Dr. Dre, because he kind of gave me the blueprint on how to create a beat,
Yeah.
how to layer it. Alchemist, because to me there wasn't anything better than hearing an Alchemist sample. You already know that. You already know that's a
Especially
Alchemist
with that
staple.
fucking producer tag. As soon as you hear that.
Yeah, that's honestly that's where I didn't jack my tag, but it was influenced from that.
I can see it.
Yeah, DJ Quick. I always gotta show love to DJ Quick. That man, he just did it all. He played live instruments. He mixed everything down. So DJ Quick.
Hell yeah.
And then like just because I was a huge G Unit fan and Lloyd Banks, my favorite artist, I'd have to say High Tech.
High Tech.
High Tech. Some of his stuff was a little bit of blend of both styles, and it was just man.
Oh, High Tech had some bangers.
Mind blowing.
High Tech had some bangers. When you say High Tech, it kind of makes me think of like DJ Premier type.
Yeah.
Type, and
But then even he had like some of my favorite beats was Rider Music, 50 Cent's Massacre. That was a High Tech beat. That was smooth.
The Massacre was a masterpiece.
Yeah, especially
For
production.
youngsters,
I know.
That's our fucking high school music right there.
Yep.
Massacre. Get Rich or Die Trying probably came out like our sophomore year.
Freshman year. I remember I bought it. The homie Chris bought it for me, and then I lost it and I bought it again. That's how dope that album was.
The Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah.
Oh man, my mom used to get sick of me playing it over and over.
Everybody was bumping that shit.
I would always be yelling across the house, "I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens." You heard me? Dude, 50 Cent came out just freaking swinging, man.
Yeah.
He was a force to be reckoned with, and he did his thing for sure. Going back, so that's a good Rushmore. So Dr. Dre, DJ Quick, High Tech, and Alchemist. That's pretty fucking dope. Hell yeah, I'm fucking with it. Going back to real quick to the producer tag. For any of those who don't know, is like if you're listening to a song and you hear the beat start playing and you hear like, "Hey Pierre, you want to come out here?"
Yeah,
so that's a producer tag. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah,
that's another producer tag. So on this one, I don't think just because the intro and the outro is so short, I think I barely missed it. But yeah, we gotta fucking throw that in there.
Nah, see, you don't have to throw it in there neither. Like that was just one of those things. Like it's more of a marketing thing, but you don't have to like always throw it in there. There's a lot of artists that don't use it at all.
That's true, but it's still dope. It's still dope. It's just take a little signature.
I have been complimented on my tag, and it kind of blew me away when it happened a couple times.
Yeah.
It's, like,
it's dope. It's dope. I like it. Going back on the music shit, if you had to, kind of like another tough one, hip hop artist, top
hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Again, that spans over a long time. So I mean, of all time. If you know me well, you already know my favorite artist is Lloyd Banks. And when you hear Lloyd Banks, especially if you're a hip hop head, you are from G Unit. Like nah, like bro, like he's so evolved past the G Unit days. Like if you listen to his last just 5 to 10 years, it's way different than the G Unit days. To me, epitome of a true MC, beat selection, just the style of music that I grew up on, gangster rap, hustler music. It's all right there. But like nowadays. I was just bumping them on the way over here. I have to say Malls Monday. You ever heard of Malls Monday?
Malls Monday? Nah.
Oh, bro.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
Malls Monday. Like, it seems to me like he doesn't miss. It's I would say, not so much conscious rap, but it does have a message, but it's on some player shit too.
Yeah. Where's he from?
I want to say he's from New York. I'm pretty
New
sure.
York?
I don't know where in New York, but he's an
Yeah.
East Coast artist. But it doesn't. It's not like heavily East Coast sound.
Yeah.
But it does have some. He's dope, bro. Like he drops. He's been dropping shit like at least every 2-3 weeks. Once a new song every 3 weeks average.
That's pretty fucking consistent.
And it's on Monday. It's usually on Monday. Most artists drop on Tuesday, just the way the iTunes and the way they count the streams and all that.
Yeah.
He drops on Monday. When I'm taking my daughters to school, I'm like, guess what day it is? It's Malls Monday.
They're like, it's Malls Monday.
It's Malls Monday, yo.
We know.
He doesn't listen though. I believe like right now, and I be trying to shout him up on Twitter, like, yo, I don't listen to nobody except Malls Monday and Lloyd Banks, trying to get them to see each other, because that would just be like the ultimate collab.
Sick collab.
That would be a dope collab to me.
Who else you got up there? So Lloyd Banks, Malls Monday,
Nipsey.
Nip. R.I.P. Nip.
Can't go without Nip. He was a big influence. Just the grind, not even the music, just the grind, the mindset.
Yeah, man. It's just when I try to. Anybody who knows me, like, who really knows me, knows how heavy I fuck with Nip. Man, that was I felt like I lost a homie when he passed away.
That shit hurt.
Hell yeah.
I didn't want to believe it when he first heard it happen. It's like, nah.
You know what? You're the one who messaged. I think it was me and
I was like, nah, he's gonna pull through. He's gonna pull through.
Yeah, and I was like, I was leaving work. I was still living in LA. I was leaving work. I was on my way home. The last thing you said, you're like, oh, it looks like he's gonna pull through. They just took him to the hospital or something like that. And I was like, I'm not even gonna look at my phone until I get home. And and I think the next thing, as soon as I open up social media, is like Nip pronounced dead. I was like, fuck. Yeah, me and the wifey were out there when they had his funeral. They're driving through LA, so we were out there for a little bit. But yeah, man, R.I.P. Nip. That was a big loss to. And like you said, it wasn't just the music; it was the grind, because everything.
The whole mindset. You could watch his interviews, and he was just on a different level, whole different level.
Yeah, it's one thing that I always tell people. It's just like what set him apart from so many people and other rappers, the mentality. And man, you just gotta. It all comes back to like that immigrant mindset, you know what I mean? Like just hustle. Yeah. It was all in the name, you know? And being the fact that he was first generation, his pops was born in Africa, I think a lot of people might overlook that, you know what I mean? Because the first generation they tend to be a little bit more on that side of the mentality. Yeah. Right now, I know it's been a little bit of a hiatus with the music. You got anything in the works? Anybody you're working with, or anybody you?
I always gotta shout out my boy Too Real. That's my brother. I'm sure he'll watch this. That's my brother. He's the only one that keeps me active. I haven't created a lot lately, but he's still been taking beats that I've sent him from years back and still putting them out. He has one he just dropped maybe a week or two ago called Real Life. Yeah. That was my beat. He killed that. To me, he's like one of my favorite artists. Keep it real, and that's just not me being biased. Mm-hmm. He just has a way of painting a picture in your mind with his lyrics, and I feel like he does it pretty good. Like top artist to me, but I would definitely say he keeps me active. I don't really have nothing else going on though. Like I said, I do a lot of dad life shit, but I mean I'll never give it up. I make beats here and there.
Right now, what do you think is? Because I know one of the last conversations we had a couple of months ago, you were going to school. Was that one of the things that was kind of hindering it?
That's the main priority right now. I mean, something I learned growing as I grew older. Make sure you have something stable. And if I would have done this years ago, it would have been the same thing. I ain't giving up music. It's just
for sure.
I probably would have had more time now if I started that earlier.
Yeah. How far are you in your school stuff?
The beautiful thing about the school I'm in, I'm about halfway through a bachelor's already. I've only started maybe a year and a half ago.
Oh, nice.
The school I'm going to, you can go at your own pace, so I'll be knocking out classes like sometimes just in a week. Yeah. Start the class and in a week test out of it.
That just goes to show, boys and girls, it's never too late to chase your education, man.
And that's one of the things I always say. It's never too late to do anything. Like just do it, like Nike, straight up. School, definitely, I should have done it a lot sooner. I fell in love with it. It doesn't stop me, like I said, it doesn't stop me from doing a lot of things. It's just I understand the importance of it, especially now. Having kids, they really got me into it. They're going to college, so I was like, shit, I better get my ass in college.
Yeah. And it's actually hats off to you, honestly, with the school, because it can be easy. Full-time dad, full-time job, still trying to, manage all the other ins and outs of life. Because I've been there, going to school, going to work, still trying to, watch out for your health and get a little workout in. Like, everything is just like time becomes.
You pretty much described my day. That's it. I wake up, handle the kids' stuff with school, try to clean up the house, try to get some schoolwork in, hit a quick workout. Hopefully got time before I go to work, make some music or film my own content, and that's pretty much it. That's the day. My time is pretty much taken up. Yeah. Productively, but I got a full day pretty much every day.
I know it takes a lot to come out of your shell, because I know, at least for me, even filming like a little TikTok when you're talking to yourself and filming the camera, like, hey guys, it does get a little awkward, but I know that you kind of took a dive into social media and uploading some content here and there.
It's fun, for sure. I like it. It's just with my priority list, something I teach my kids. It takes a lot of time, something I didn't realize.
Yeah, I can't lie, bro. One thing that hella caught me by surprise was, obviously you want to welcome everybody in to the podcast, make them feel comfortable, whether it be a little drink or whatever it might be. I had a little herb set up, and then you hit me with the sober life, man. Yeah. That caught me off guard.
Especially those who know me for a long time, that's, along with everything and all the productivity, I realized probably too late in life that I'm not a productive stoner. If I smoke a zombie, I get fried.
Hell yeah. It was a trip, because I was like, man, it's just shit. Just like I said, I've known you, 20 plus years, and in 20 plus years has been,
I was the pothead of the group.
And a whole lot of pot. So yeah, I was like, hey, what you need? You want a little something to puff on? Have something ready for you? And my guy said, hell no, I ain't slipping back into the darkness.
It could have been a double-edged sword, because sometimes it used to make me a little bit more chatty, but then I'll be in, the fuck was you talking about? Stuff like that.
Where am I?
Where was I?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Pretty much, as far as I know, I don't know of any other podcasts in Bakersfield. I'm sure there is. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bakersfield is a lot bigger than people think it is, especially if you're not from Bakersfield, obviously. You know of any?
Not off the top. I'm not a big podcast head, but the thing is, we know our circle, the type of stuff we watch, and I'm sure there's stuff like in Rosedale. These was making podcasts about all kinds of shit, I bet.
I think it just goes for every side of town. You know what I mean? You got every side of town is so fucking diverse. Like,
that's one thing.
Like I said, Rosedale. If you go to Oildale, if you go to the east side, if you go to the south side, like it's even right here. When I moved out here, I never spent any time on the south or southwest growing up or ever really.
Yeah.
So then once I moved over here, I was like, it's a whole nother world. It's like you don't really travel for anything. Everything's kind of around here. So, and I was like, holy shit, it's just different.
Shit like this, I say, like, if you were to blindfold me, spin me around, drop me off in this neighborhood, I wouldn't know where the fuck I'm at.
Oh yeah, especially with all these little cul-de-sacs and every street looks the same. I've got lost here a couple times, and now that I've been here for a while, it's I'm gotten to know it a little better. But yeah, definitely a lot less beaners than I'm used to. No, I'm used to everybody being brown like me, so. No gunshots. So.
No, I feel it.
Yeah.
I was at work the other night, and there's all these crackheads off Niles. Like, it's a trip.
Hell yeah. Man, Niles, back in the day. Niles used to be it.
That's it, bro. I'm telling you.
Load up the car.
Teaching my daughter driving lessons lately, and I'm like, Niles is probably the biggest street on the east side.
Yeah, for sure. So to those watching, a little bit about me. Grew up in Bakersfield, born and raised. I left for quite some time. I left maybe when I was like 20, and then I came back when I was like 35, maybe. So maybe like 4 years.
Damn, was it that long, bro? Fuck.
I was gone for a minute. But I was always back. All my family's here. My mom's here. My dad's here. All my siblings. So I would always be back regularly. But I did spend a lot of time away, which really, really made me appreciate Bakersfield.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, being out in LA or different parts wherever I'd be at, and you tell people you're from Bakersfield, and you know, automatically think, you know, from a little fucking bumfuck town, and ain't nothing much going on. It's a little big city, you know.
For sure.
And coming back and with that love and with that appreciation for my city and seeing how things are done elsewhere, you're like, kind of like, what the fuck is this?
That's what trips me out. Like you see, especially like on TikTok, there's a lot of pages where they're like, "Oh, Bakersfield ain't shit. I've lived here all my life. There ain't nothing to do. Bakersfield's so lame." Like,
Yeah.
bro, like it's really.
I guess you
not
gotta head
like
out
that.
to appreciate it.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? I mean, not to saying that people that live here don't appreciate it, because you know, there's a lot of people like myself that have a lot of love for being from here and living here and all that. But coming back, it definitely opened my eyes to wanting to do more stuff out here, to shed a little bit more light, especially in a positive way. You know what I mean? For a while, when I was doing my cooking thing, and you know, there was times we were able to give back to the homeless, or you know, do little events.
Yeah.
You know, and whether it be charitable, whether it just be for the community or whatever, just having people come out, it was dope. You know. And that's definitely one thing that I hope to accomplish with this podcast. And one of the goals that I want to accomplish is to do a second channel where it's just vlogging. Like,
Yeah.
And I kind of, on my very first episode, kind of covered what I wanted to talk about. But it's really just anything.
There's a lot of football players from Bakersfield, a lot of athletes in general, but like, I don't know if I Googled it one day or I had seen some players from Bakersfield, but there's like a solid like 20 to 30 football players from Bakersfield. Big names besides like, everyone knows Jordan Love, Derek Carr, but there's like, I bet people didn't know like Michael Pittman Jr., I want to say. He's a big receiver, played for the Colts. I think he resigned somewhere, but he's from Bakersfield. Joey Porter,
Yeah.
his son.
Yeah.
There's a lot of athletes, a lot of baseball too. Like,
Baseball, and a big shout out to Corn.
yeah, straight
Corn.
up.
Rock, I fucking
Yeah.
love corn. Not just with mayonnaise and my elote, but I fucking love corn. the rock group.
Or even I don't know if people know about Zachary. You know from Zachary from TDE.
No.
He's a singer with TDE. He's from Bakersfield.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
dope. Shout out to TDE. We need some big names on the podcast. That's what I was kind of talking to my younger siblings on the last podcast about the Hard Rock being the fact that it's halfway done and they still got the other part, the hotel part to finish. I'm hoping if it has some kind of like convention center type shit, it'll attract some big names, you know, especially being the fact that Hard Rock is a big name.
Yeah.
A little context to the Hard Rock. So Bakersfield got a Hard Rock casino that opened last year, I want to say in October.
Yeah.
So so far that has opened is strictly just the casino part. Have you hit it? Have you went?
I haven't.
No.
People have asked me. I mean, when the first week it opened, I went to the corner store. The guy's like, "Oh, have you been there yet?" I'm like, nah,
Yes, it's a big main attraction here, especially since it sits. It's technically not even Bakersfield. By technicality, it's not Bakersfield. It's what, Mettler?
I don't even remember. I just know it's fucking by Tejon Outlets.
Yeah, so it's technically Mettler, which is like 20 minutes from here. It's you know, it's still Kern County line, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, hopefully they put in place whatever needs to be in place so us Bakersfieldians don't fuck it up, which we tend to do with fucking everything.
Yeah.
But I've already seen a stabbing. I've already seen a couple of fucking some bullshit. So I was like, God damn. But you know, hopefully, like I said, I think they started doing metal detectors and some obviously.
They need all that stuff. Kern County, straight up.
Yeah, it sucks to say, but they definitely do. It does get a little wicked in the field, but yeah. So what I was trying to get at with that is that hopefully, once the second stage of the building finishes with the hotel side, they'll bring in you know, fucking performers.
They got to. There's just money there.
Oh yeah.
Anytime someone announces a tour, I always look to see if they're coming to Bakersfield or what the closest they're coming to Bakersfield is. And if they
100%.
had something there,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
because you got to think, especially as big as it's growing, and you got nothing in between. Let's say Fresno and LA, and then being as big as Bakersfield is, if you have something right there, people from Palmdale, Lancaster, all of maybe even Ventura County, since it's an hour or two away. You got Santa Clarita,
Yeah.
Valencia, all this stuff. So I'm hoping that opens just the floodgates to a lot of good performances, a lot of even events or stuff like what's the show? The big rap show I'm thinking of. The one where they just have a ton of people performing, like
Like Coachella, shit like that.
something like that. But I know there's a rapper one specifically. Like I think is it Rolling Loud?
Rolling Loud, one of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rolling Loud, like shit like that. You know what I mean? You just get a bunch of names in one shit. Yeah, so definitely that's something to look forward to. One thing that I asked on my last episode is, what do you feel Bakersfield's missing? What would you like to see out here?
I don't know. It's like you said, being from Bakersfield, and then going out of town, it's not too much different, I guess. You get used to seeing the same thing every day, so it's like I don't know what I could say what it needs. You talked about on your last podcast that people say, "Oh, there's not much to do." There's not little to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's actually more than if you think about it. Like
You can get shot, you can get stabbed,
that's always definitely.
you can get assaulted.
You shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
Number one in the country for like police murders and shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, there was a whole documentary on Netflix. I think the Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Kern County, fucking death by cop.
I don't know.
I think that's what it was about. Like the just.
Oh yeah, it was
I didn't-
definitely.
I didn't watch it, but it's.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, damn, Bakersfield's not. It's got its little notoriety.
Oh yeah.
TV, movies, like I don't know how many movies mention Bakersfield.
It's always some bullshit. Too. I remember. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it's that Tom Hanks movie Castaway,
That's one of them.
where he finds the porta potty door.
Yeah.
He's like Bakersfield.
Or
Bakersfield? Bakersfield!
what was the other one? San Andreas. The rocks flying. Like in San Andreas, everything's all fucked up. Rocks flying. Oh, what's down there? Oh, that's Bakersfield.
Where are we?
Bakersfield. Or what's left of it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of little references like that. You might have seen the Fairly the Odd Parents one.
Oh, where they go into like some
Black hole or
black
something
hole.
like that.
Where does it lead you?
All black holes lead to Bakersfield.
And it's literally the Bakersfield
the
sign.
Bakersfield sign that everybody
God
in Bakersfield
damn
knows
it.
about. Yeah.
I wonder where black holes take you. Bakersfield.
Once you're done with school, what do you think you'll be working on? What is it that you're going to school for?
I'm going for accounting. It's kind of like part of my bigger plan. Accounting, I mean, really it's just to get a better paying job. It's like I've never woke up like, damn, I want to be an accountant. Like it's just
Time to crunch some numbers.
yeah, it's really just like compared to where I've been at the last 12 years. It's just like, damn, if I'd have just did this a long time ago, I'd have more pay, more stability to do the things I actually want to do.
Yeah.
Which are like, I got into stocks trading, and I got real good at that. Only thing with stocks and trading, you got to have money to make money.
Hell yeah.
So you got to be able to invest and all that. So
Stocks and trading, not to get too into that, just because I don't know shit about it. But when you say stocks and trading, is that like, because we had talked about it a while back when it was day trading, am I right?
yeah,
Did you ever get to any crypto stuff?
for sure.
But they're two different beasts.
They are and they aren't. Like, okay, so like the like the main traders, the real traders that I was learning a lot of stuff from. And I always preach YouTube University. You can learn pretty much anything off YouTube.
YouTube University?
Yeah, that's what I call it. That's a lot of people call it, but that's where I learned most
Shout
of
out
my
to
trading.
YouTube University.
Straight up. At first they were like, oh, crypto is just gonna be a fly-by-night thing, but that was years ago. Like that shit, it's popped off. That when I first started learning about crypto, Bitcoin was like $2,000, $3,000, and I remember buying a little bit. I knew a guy that was buying a lot of So I don't know if I want to edit this out. There's a guy I knew that was buying a lot of like ecstasy pills and cocaine pills with Bitcoin off of Silk Road.
Because it's not it's kind of to what you're saying. I know it was a movie called Dope, and they were trying to buy shit, and they were using crypto to buy it because it's off the dark web. Because there's like
it's not, you can't really trace it to like one location, so to say. Like where it's like, oh, this guy and this bank account bought it. Like it's really kind of was ghost, I guess, ghost version of buying shit. So I knew a guy that was doing that. But yeah, I made some good money off crypto when it was in that whole Doge to the moon days and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Doge to the moon. That's when Elon tweeted some shit and the shit.
That shit. It's ironic story, but like I put a little bit of money in Doge. Me and my wife went to Vegas, got married, woke up one morning, and that shit had like skyrocketed, and pretty much paid for my trip. Like I didn't fucking make millions or nothing, but it paid for my Vegas trip for the weekend.
To pay for a Vegas trip, that's a good little chunk of change.
Yeah, it paid for my Vegas trip.
Going to Vegas and breaking even, that's a win.
That was pretty much it.
That's a fucking win. Hell yeah. How long you been married now?
Shit. We're gonna celebrate our fifth or sixth anniversary this month. We've been together for 13 years, so it's hard to keep track of when that marriage was.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah, because you always got to do the.
Yeah, okay, well, it's 13 years, and yeah. So I want to say like our fifth or sixth year. I have to go do all the math in my head.
Let me crunch the numbers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah. That's sad, man. Congrats to you guys.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully many, many more years of marriage. The married life is, it's something.
That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Shout out to my wife.
It was funny because I was cooking dinner, and we made jokes like this all the time. I'm cooking dinner before I came over here. And she goes, "Oh, babe, you're amazing. I appreciate you." And then 10 minutes later, it's like, "What the hell are you making? Like, what is this shit?"
Yeah. You mother. You overcooked the chicken, you piece of shit.
Straight up. Just like that.
I love it, man.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Nobody bullies you more than your wife, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why right now. You said something to remind me of your pops, and RIP to your pops, man. Yeah. Every time I think of when we were hanging out when we were younger, your pops was always popping up, and he always had his one-liners. He always had his. You definitely take your sense of humor from your pops, for sure.
It's crazy because as you get older, you don't realize how much of an influence they are. Like now I can see, like, damn, I'm a lot like my dad than I thought. Got a lot of game from my daddy.
Yeah, man. I always remember back in the day, would call, be like, "Hey, you know, that's when back before cell phones, you had to call the house phone."
Yep.
Or I'd be chilling at your pad and somebody called the house.
I already know what the story's going.
I'll never forget. But like, Dad, for being a smaller dude, he had a deep ass voice. Fucking, be like, "Hello," and just be quiet on the other end. "Hello." "Well, fuck you too." You'd hang up. Man, I'd be fucking dying every time. I was fucking like, don't call the house. Don't call the house on no bullshit.
See, that's how I was tripping out on. Like as a kid, I was like, "Oh, my dad's just an angry guy," and I realized, oh, it's because he went to prison all those years. Who had that mentality? That's why it's the way it was.
I think even without the prison, I think once we get to a certain age, there's those little things that trigger you and throw off your day. Just like, man, don't get in my way. Especially back then, there was no pause on the TV. It was like, you're fucking up my...
I just missed the part.
No rewind. I know earlier when we were talking about the music stuff, one thing that I forgot I wanted to mention was about Two Real, because we were talking about Two Real real quick, and how he's been consistent with the music, and he was posting nonstop.
Not even just the music, but now like that fool blew up, and he knows. I tell him all the time, like, "Damn dog, I'm proud of you," because we took that marketing class I was telling you about together, and I just, like I was telling you, I made so much content that I wasn't making enough music to support it, and I was like, damn, that kind of burned me out. But that fool kept going, and like he's growing and following. He's got like 30,000 followers, and this is just in the past year or so.
That's what I wanted to mention was he took a turn from the music. Obviously, I'm sure his foot's still in that door. But man, the content is, you know, I see him all the time all over the TikTok.
It trips me out, bro, because his post be having like 30,000 shares. Like share, like if you know content, to be able just to get a few shares on anything.
Oh, yeah.
But to get like 30,000 shares on one post and you're just bullshitting.
Oh yeah, especially once it starts getting shared from page to page, because it's one thing to get shared on your own page, and then you have another page that has a big following, and they do the numbers as well. It's crazy, and he's always fucking talking about the pepino touching.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
I trip out.
die.
Motherfucker be blowing up with that shit or his alcoholic. And the thing with that is he's like, I'm just trying to shed funny light on shit that we went through growing up. Like this is shit we dealt with, and fools just relate to it. A lot of these fools that be relating to that shit's crazy.
He's always making the food pages. Nah, yeah, shout out to Two Real for real. Keep doing your thing, man. We see you growing, and we see you,
Yeah, I had a shout out my boy. He already knows what's up.
Hell yeah, that's dope. I'm glad you guys still stay in touch. At our age, it's hard to stay in touch with the homies. It's not that we don't want to, but there's just so much fucking things going on in life. I don't think we had chopped it up for a little while, but that's the one thing about having homies, especially dudes you grew up with. Just pick up the phone and like, hey, bro.
It's like we talked last week or something.
Hell yeah. Pick up where we left off, so it ain't no thing. When I had asked you to come on, I started thinking, of, obviously topics to bring up. But in my mind just started thinking back of all the times. And, we grew up on the same side of town. We're both from the east side of town. The east side's pretty big, so we grew up around a lot of crazy shit, whether it be gang members or for our era, kind of going back to the music stuff, it was definitely like very hip hop. So we grew up doing a lot of graffiti, me and your boy. So, man, what if you had to think back on a memory, something that pops out?
There's a few, like the one that always sticks out to me. And this was a while back, obviously, but this was back when Dollar Tree on Alta Vista was Green Frog.
Yeah.
And
I already knew.
I remember this fool hoisted me up on his shoulders, lifted me up. I'm reaching as tall as I can. Yeah, and I lifted myself up to the top, like where the Green Frog was actually at, up on the ledge. Yeah. Hit up and
I had to throw him up because obviously I've always been the bigger dude, so I was like, let me throw your ass up there.
That was my advantage, because I ain't gonna front. I was the weakest one in the crew. Like, I had the weakest styles, but you throw me up there, I was down for it.
Hell yeah, no, for sure. That's one thing I was like, hey, let's go here. But yeah, that time, for sure, that was a big ass ledge.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Green Frog, and oh man, that shit was up there for a minute.
That shit was burning for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, so we got up on there, across the street to, I think there was a laundromat, and I think we were climbing up there. I think that one was enough to where we both could climb up, and then the cops rolled up on us.
Oh, that was another one.
That's the time I think we ran all the way to your sister's house. Yep. So yeah, for sure. When I think back, for sure we spent a lot of time on your sister's garage, fucking.
Yep, straight up.
Hitting them fucking bong rips. That's what kind of took me by surprise with the kind of going back to the topic of smoking. Yeah, to this day, just because, when we were actively fucking getting stoned back then, we were paying $5 for a little swag of weed.
And that shit was fire.
For us back then, it was. Right now, it'd probably be some fucking swag.
Laughable.
Some dirt ass weed. But no, back in the day, that's what you could get your hands on. Once we picked out the stems and the seeds, packed the bong. I know you always had the bong on deck. I always had a Gatorade bottle.
I knew you were gonna bring it up. My Gatorade bottle. That motherfucker still to this day is probably my best bong ever.
Gatorade bottle would rip.
Made out of a Gatorade bottle and a socket.
Freaking lungs still recovering from those from those Gatorade bottle bong rips. But yeah, man, those days were crazy. Just to think back on a couple things that we went through during our teenage, high school, even a little bit after, and I'm like, God damn, if that was like, my siblings, or
I thought the same shit,
or in
bro.
your case, like your kids, are like, what?
I can't imagine.
So went through some shit, some car accidents, some freaking lost some homies. RIP to the homie Chris.
Yeah,
that was a big hit for us. That we all went through. That with our tight circle, that definitely brought us closer together. You know what I mean? We were already tight, but losing a brother, losing a homie, man, that'll change you up. And and at a young age too. You know what I mean?
I'm barely 18.
I don't think people understand how detrimental that was to just keeping life going for us. You know what I mean? To take such a hard blow and
life does go on. You just gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, man. RIP the homie Chris.
Yeah, I trip out on that. Just thinking, man, the things that we did at that age, if my kids would have been doing even close to the same type of shit, oh man, that shit would just drive me crazy just thinking about it.
And it's so crazy because being that age then, somebody my age, I would have been like, God damn, they're old. But now that I'm this age, I don't feel that old. I feel like we were just in high school last week.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? I feel like we were bullshitting and doing crazy, stupid shit last week. And it's just, but it's crazy. It kind of, when you start to think of the shit we did and what our priorities were back then,
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, I am getting old.
Yeah.
Because all that shit now, I'll be like, if ain't no fucking way, I'm climbing my ass up, fucking running from the cops.
I ain't risking that shit. That'll get you 5 to 10.
This podcast, I think this came from my love of just being around the fellas and shooting the shit. You know, I was like, man, if I only had a little camera. Or
so
something.
many people have thought that. I thought that. Getting smoked out. You know, I had recorded this shit.
Putting it into action, actually making it happen is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Just all the little technical things and editing, and we're all adults and we have schedules. You know, I ran a little late today. That was on me, but luckily my boy, very patient.
It's all good.
What do you think so far? What would your feedback be on all this on the podcast? Just what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it? I guess.
And I'm not a big, like I told you before, I've never been a person who watches a lot of podcasts. I'm usually just the guy that's streaming all the same old Tupac in my car. But it's almost like you took good notes, to put it in a weird way, I guess. It looks like you've already been doing this, or you already had the vision and you've executed well from the jump. And you're only on episode, this will be whatever episode, you're only on episode 2 so far that you've accomplished and put through. But it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know how to put it. It's just, it's not polished as it can get, and it could compete. The only thing that's missing is just all the bells and whistles that comes with all the extra money that
camera angles
people be putting into it. But I mean, it's a podcast. It's officially a podcast. It's like when I was putting music out. I have music with the homies that would compete with what's out right now. The only thing that would be missing would be those $1,000 studios and all the marketing shit. But it took me by surprise watching the first episode, second episode. The shit hits. It definitely has a vibe. I told you before, the editor. Shout out to the editor.
Shout out, wifey.
Okay.
It definitely does its thing. It hangs. Like, I was thoroughly entertained watching episode 2. Like, damn, this shit. I'm gonna go home and make me a cake pop now.
Yeah, I got the munchies. I haven't been smoking.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's highly appreciated because, obviously it's entertainment, and at the same time, at my age, I just want to chase different avenues. I feel like I'm an entrepreneur at heart, where I've always chased to be my own boss. We did the cooking for a while. That fell through. And it's something that I still get hit up for, and it's not a dream that's over. I think I'll definitely get back into cooking, simply just because it's a passion. I cook all the time. Just like something that's for you, music.
Yeah.
It's something for me. It's just with cooking. You can't be a fat guy and not know how to cook and not love to eat and make all kinds of crazy concoctions. And the same with this. You know what I mean? I think I did want to take a comedy approach to it because everybody's always called me a silly bastard. We've always stayed.
You had me rolling back in the day, bro. I don't know how many times. I can still think of times you just had me rolling. I think that's what made us click. This would keep me laughing.
Dance, clown, dance. Funny how? Funny like a clown. I amuse you. But that's definitely the vision, in a sense of doing something that I love to do, which is just shooting the shit with somebody and just, having a drink, having a laugh. And, I'm pretty sure, just like how you were saying earlier about if there is, which I'm pretty sure there's other podcasts in town, none that I've seen. I think I've seen one, but then I can't even remember the name of it. I know they interviewed like some local government officials or some shit. But yeah, man. And I do talk about Bakersfield a lot because we're from here and, we rep this shit heavy. But obviously, if it's somebody from out of town or if we, so I would want to, I did spend a lot of time in LA, so I got a lot of people out there that I fuck with heavy. And they've already, hit me up to do, hey, come through and we'll get some shit popping, which I'm definitely going to do. Whenever I go on the road and do something outside of the studio, it's going to be called Roadhead. so those segments will be called Roadhead, so look out for those. Man, going back to the high school days, one thing that just popped into my mind right now. So, like I said, we're from the east side of town. Everything about us is east side. We went to East Bakersfield High. Literally, this is the name of our school, is East. And for anybody who's never, even you meet people from Bakersfield that don't frequent the east side, especially if you're from the nice side of town, and it's not as bad as it. I mean, obviously, it can get as bad. You got your very, very bad areas, but I mean, there's country clubs. There's Rio Bravo. There's country clubs on the side of town. So there's some of the oldest, nicest, biggest houses are on that side of town. So even though it does get the reputation of being hood, which it is, it still does have its beauty. We have the bluffs, which is, some nice hiking areas. You could go down to Hart Park and go to the river and do all that shit. But with that being said, you grew up in the hood and you're on the east side of town when your mascot is a weapon. So our mascot for East High were the East High Blades, and you can look this up. I'm not bullshitting. Literally a knife to stab somebody with was our mascot.
What Mexican doesn't have a knife?
For real. So I always thought about that, man. I always tripped me out, especially like living in LA for some time and knowing people. Oh, I went to this high school. We're the Spartans and we're the Trojans and we're the fucking condoms and all that other shit. And I was like, well, we're the Blades.
We're the Blades.
This
is my mascot.
This is my mascot right here. Here's a switchblade or a butterfly knife. But yeah, that was a trip. I don't think I've ever came across any.
Not that I can think of now.
Imagine we're at some football rally and or at a football game, everybody just pulls out their pocket knives.
I remember they did have a mascot for a while, and it was the shield with the two swords or something like that. Old Blady.
Old Blady. That's so fucking random. I wonder who thought of that. They're just like, hey.
I read in the newspaper at one time that there was, I don't remember it word for word, but it was like, oh, what strikes fear into the heart of the opponent more than the shimmering blade?
Oh yeah, that's anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna get got. You cross our school. But yeah, shout out to East High Blades. Shout out to them, man. We had our 20-year reunion last year.
Yeah.
20 years out of high school is a long fucking time. But yeah, shout out to East, man.
It trips me out. You were saying about the East Side, and just Bakersfield in general. It's one thing I learned with my job. It's so diverse. You could be in the hood 1 minute, and then less than a 3-minute drive, less than a mile away, you got some of the biggest houses in town in the country club. And these are legit mansions that you would see in Hollywood type shit, like huge estates.
Dude, that's a trip.
It always trips me out, and just the type of people right here with this, like in the hood with these little old ladies, the viejitas or whatever, and then you got old CEO of some local factory. I didn't even realize that. I was driving down a huge house on Country Club, and got curious, Googled it, and it was the president of like Mercado Latino or something like that.
Oh shit!
A huge fucking house.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
you doing on the side of town?
Straight up, it's like it's a trip.
That's
So how
sad.
diverse it is.
Man. So one of the cities that I worked in for a long time when I was living in LA was in Huntington Park. Huntington Park is like you're in Mexico.
Damn.
So for us, growing up in Bakersfield, if you want to do that, it was a Mercado Latino.
Yep.
You know, you try and travel this little couple blocks of, you know, this little plaza with restaurants and stores, and you got, you know, some school clothes or shoes or whatever it might be at a discount. And it's pretty much a one-stop shop. But man, once I got out there, no joke, it's a little bit of a culture shock. You know what I mean? It's just so condensed, and those areas are so densely populated with like just all different Mexican to Central American people. And it's crazy, bro. It's a trip. It really is. You know, I really enjoyed my time out there. I worked out there for many years, so I got familiar with a lot of people, a lot of repeat customers that became, you know, friends even, you know. And but man, it's different.
Like, those are the types of people they be talking about on politics.
And that kind of goes back to what I was saying, when you appreciate where you're from, because you meet people from out there who grow up in those cities and those,
Yep.
you know, because when you're in a city like Huntington Park, you make a left, you're in Cudahy. You make a right, you're in Southgate. You know, 2 blocks this way, you're in Maywood, and very, you know what I mean. And people tell you, "Oh, when I went to school, did you guys have this?" I'm like, "No, that's not." Or the way they kind of do year-round school, where they're like on 2 months or
Yeah,
off 2
that's
months.
a
Like,
trip.
bro, what the fuck is that? Like, that shit's hella weird. Like, where do you leave off? You know, like, I don't know. I never understood how that works, but I mean, like I said, it's just everywhere's different.
Different diversity.
Yeah, yeah, but
Old wooden warship. So diversity. Old wooden warship.
just like the Mayflower. I guess last question before we wrap it up. What's your favorite thing about? What's something you love about Bakersfield that you just like hands down, like, you know, you take pride in it? I know it's a loaded question, but you know, it could be anything, whether it be family, friends, or certain areas, you know, memories, you know.
I don't know. I think just as, like we were saying, the diversity of it, how you can have someone who grew up like us in the hood on the east side, you might want to even say living in poverty, to grow up, because there's some of our friends now that we know that are from high school or whatnot, you know, they're doing big things. Even though I know this might be one of them, we're gonna find out years later or whatever, you know.
We're gonna manifest
They're
it
gonna
now.
blow it up, but
You're gonna look
like
back
I
and be
said-
like, I was on episode 3.
Yeah,
I was in the
episode
beginning
3.
of that shit before it got popping.
yeah. But just like that, you got one, not even a quarter mile away, you got the little old lady who's barely getting by, and just down the road, you got, you know, millionaires.
Yeah.
And they're shopping at the same Albertsons, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's just the diversity. Like you said, people don't realize how big Bakersfield is. It's a big little city, like you said. I think that's just, for me, it's like to be able to come from a city like that, it gives you aspirations. Because in some cities where it's like, okay, to us like Lamont or something like that, you're in a little city like that, you know, the statistics are against you.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lamont.
Things like that. My wife, she said she grew up in Arvin. Things like
Shout out
that.
to Arvin.
Or Shafter, you got family in Shafter.
All
stuff
my
like
family's
that.
from Shafter. Shout out to all the small cities in Kern County,
Yeah.
Shafter, Wasco.
Things like that. But in Bakersfield, you can definitely go places in Bakersfield. You can definitely make it big. There's a lot of rags to riches stories from here.
For sure.
I think that's, for me, it's like I want to be one of those rags to riches stories.
Man, that's dope, because I didn't expect that answer, and it just kind of like goes to show like your thought process, like, you know what I mean. That's dope. I like that answer. You know, the whole diversity of our city. That's beautifully
Yeah,
Beautifully put.
I think that would be it. The rags to riches stories that you hear from, like you said, Korn, the football players. There's actors and actresses that have come from Bakersfield. So I think that would be it for me. Just you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
That's for damn sure. Yeah, speaking on the small cities, that movie McFarlane.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
my girl was watching Aaron Brockovich, and that has a lot of Bakersfield influence.
Oh yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I honestly thought you were gonna say that Union was your favorite product.
You need to trip itself too. I remember I was throwing the newspaper. 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Union's a trip at 3 in the morning, bro.
Union is nuts. For those of you, for some context, Union in Bakersfield is what Figaro is out there in LA.
Okay.
It's a blade.
Yep, straight
It's
up.
a blade, and you see all kinds of shit, man. It's a trip. Just in broad daylight, what you see out there on the main streets of Bakersfield.
Yeah, straight up.
Hell yeah. Anything else you want to add on, man? I think we're good on time.
I appreciate you having me on here.
Good
Just
love.
like I said, shooting the shit, just vibing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, a big thank you for coming on to the Homie Antics. Good looking out.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you, everyone. If you stayed this long to watch, please subscribe, hit the like, share it. Let's keep going with this, man. Much love, much appreciated. And we out.
Peace.
Oh yeah, take it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all over the place because I wanted to take.
For me, it's always my refrigerator. I'll be trying to record and all of a sudden that shit kick out.
Wow.